Well, I was fortunate enough to serve with Ron on the Stanislaus County Farm Bureau board, and so I met Ron as a very eager, young Farm Bureau director. His accomplishments, I think, that Ron grew with the organization, and the organization benefited from Ron's involvement and leadership. And I've seen that commitment, that loyalty to the Farm Bureau and its causes and its policy for the last 25 years.
Well, when I got on the board, Ron was already had quite a tenure. I think he had been on there probably 10 to 15 years. And he was a great resource for me starting out, but better than that, he was a mentor. And looking back about at what people accomplished back then, he was a leader in accomplishing that. And he was actually president. He was going off as president right when I got off the board.
I look at it as really a true commitment to the organization. And he spent 25 years of working. He wasn't dead wood on a board. He was working. He was a leader. Worked himself all through the chairs, from second vice president to vice president to president, on to state directorship. Very involved at the state level, has continued on in that role, and I think that's the kind of commitment and the kind of individual that Ron is.
He was Farm Bureau as far as when I was on the board, serving through the capacity of president and then going to the state board. I think it's important for people to realize, his commitment, whether it's to education, the golf tournament, whether it's to the safety fair that he essentially started. It didn't just stop there at the county level. It's gone all the way to the state level. So he's been like I said, a tremendous mentor for myself personally.
Well, I think Ron has already shown his ability to move to other policy-making decisions. His recent election to the Turlock Irrigation District Board shows his commitment to both agriculture, to the irrigation community, and to his very own local community.
In his capacity now as a Turlock Irrigation Director, I think it's also important that people realize that is so significant to our lives and our livelihood. And I'm very proud that he's serving in that capacity, protecting what is our precious resource. But as a friend, I guess when I grow old like him, I want to be just like him. I like to say it that way. He's just been a great friend, someone I can count on in all aspects. He's a great sounding board. I love his family, and he's been there for me in tough times and good times. And I'm just very proud and honored that he's being honored today.
Well, Ron and I know Ron's probably out in the crowd, I consider Ron a very close friend. When I think of Ron Macedo, I think of loyalty. I think of a man who loves his family, loves his community, loves his friends. And I wish him all the best. And this is truly, Ron, you deserve this honor.